Hello, MCA. It's good to connect with all of you again. I'm Steve Schlabach, and I'm currently serving on the elder team. Well, we're in the middle of Holy Week, and today is Good Friday. I'm so excited that for this weekend, and especially Sunday being Easter Sunday. Today I'm going to be reading out of Luke 23, 36 to 39 to 49. We'll be picking up the story as Jesus was hanging on the cross. One of the criminals who hung there hurled insults at him. "Aren't you the Messiah? Save yourself and us." But the other criminal rebuked him. "Don't you fear God?" he said. Since you are under the same sentence, we're punished justly, for we're getting what our deeds deserve. But this man has done no wrong." Then he said, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." Jesus answered him, "Truly I tell you, today you will be with me in paradise." It was now about noon, and darkness came over the whole land until 3 p.m. For the sun stopped shining, and the curtain of the temple was torn in two. Jesus called out with a loud voice, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." When he had said this, he breathed his last. The centurion, seeing what had happened, praised God and said, "Surely this was a righteous man." When all the people who had gathered to witness this sight saw what took place, they beat their breasts and went away. But all those who knew him, including the women who had followed him from Galilee, stood at a distance watching these things. You know, there's a lot packed into those 10 verses. And here we see people that knew Jesus, and they were standing off at a distance wondering, what just happened? You know, this past month, that's been me quite often. The verse I want to talk about today is verse 45. It says, "For the sun stopped shining, and the curtain of the temple was torn in two." The curtain was torn in two. So what does that all mean? The curtain was in the temple, and only the priest could go into the most holy of holies, where God was behind that curtain. When Jesus died, that curtain tore in two, and it opened up the most holy place of where God was. And that signified that we can now go directly to Jesus. Now, that's our way to God. So even in the midst of Jesus's friends wondering, what just happened? At the time, they probably thought this was the darkest day ever. But we can see the big picture. We call it Good Friday because we know what happened on Sunday. So if you're discouraged right now, just remember, Sunday's coming. Resurrection Sunday, and that's something we can all get excited about. Isn't that something awesome? And also, I would like to remind everyone, tonight at 6 p.m., the Good Friday service with Grace Church. And John is going to be sharing with us during that service, so don't miss out on that. So everyone, have a great day, and I'm looking forward to Resurrection Sunday. God has called us out of the shadows and into the light.